I did, and now we're live.
I need a different background.
You're sick of having your missions all accomplished? Oh, that's the back rooms.
That's actually a good one. Second.
All right, I'll give you a chance to make your background be whatever you want.
I can handle that and do the intro at the same time.
Okay. Well, I guess you only have to listen for the intro, so that's true. All right. Hello there, everyone. Welcome to another edition of TapCaf Transmissions. I am one of your hosts, Corey, joined as always by the other host of TapCaf Transmissions, the man who has officially transitioned over to hockey YouTuber and consultant, Mr. Justin Eckhartsladder. How are you doing this week, Eck?
The Star Wars views are low. They are low.
It is true, but some of
My
us make
views
it
for
work
this month.
without betraying our roots. Even though you're
Let's see what
still
my
getting.
views for this month are. 900,000.
I wish I had.
Well, that's the last 28 days, and we had a big bump when I did my video on War Machine. That's gonna be my new thing. I'm gonna do one shitty alien invasion video a week, and that's a good plan, I think.
Maybe my thing should be doing more than one video per week in general.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, buddy.
You have repeatedly, so that's not true.
I advise you, okay? And you haven't listened, so I'm no longer interested.
That's not true. That's not
That
true.
is not true. No. But I advise. I mean, I didn't tell you, but I encouraged you to do the lore channel. And now, what percentage of your income does that make up?
What percentage of my income? Jesus Christ. A lot higher now, thanks to Ryan Bride with a $200 donation.
Whoa!
My goal was for a $5 super chat, which I put the goal as, wow, thank you, how unexpected, as the thing I would say. This actually is, wow, thank you, how unexpected.
That's crazy.
Ryan says, thanks, guys, for consistently doing this podcast. It was listening to this that got me through grad school, through the shit job that I had to work until I hit it big with my current job. I expect that fan fiction chapter, Corey. Oh yeah, I did say that would happen. Shit, and you need to remind me exactly what I said I'd do, because
we promise a lot of things, and
then we never do them. Thank you very much, Ryan.
I say we do them sometimes.
I do them more often than X2 does them, but that's
yeah.
Anyways,
yeah. I will say on that note, I posted, or let me just pull the post up. People were kind of saying how long they've been watching my channel, and what I'm trying to remember what the context was. Oh yeah, I said someone wrote, "We need to create an institution for left-wing sequel trilogy hate," and I wrote, "I have 1 million subscribers?" And someone said that they were watching me when they were in middle school, and now they are almost finished college. Someone said first year high school, now finishing their masters. So feeling quite old. I think there's a couple others. But yeah, feeling. Let's see. Oh yeah, 13. I was 13, and I'm in my first year of my masters. Yikes. 11, and I'm about to graduate with my bachelor's degree. So
how do you think I feel with TR?
Yeah, that's true.
20 years in
your game since they were sperm in their daddy's ball sack.
So gross. So ad revenue wise, Datapad makes more. If I include ad revenue and channel memberships, Loses makes more. If I include Patreon, which is mostly through Loses is the bulk of it.
Okay.
But Datapad gets more views and more ad revenues.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good to know.
And what people don't know is that you have on many occasions encouraged me to stop modding and just do the channel.
I wouldn't say that's true.
You did. You said, why can't you just not do that and just make the videos?
Oh. Well, I mean, there's some times where you're like putting on a fire and I'm like, bro, it's not worth it.
I never
And
said
you
it was
nod,
worth
and
it.
you with watery eyes look at me and say, "I love doing this." With your hand next to the fucking power cord on your PC.
And my other hand in the bathtub.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking yeet it in there.
All right. Well, speaking about people with electronics near water sources, we're going to be talking about Maul Shadow Lord episode 7 and 8 today. That was what I was thinking through a lot of it. Maul has his fight with the Crow and Merrick, two Inquisitors who do not have the best record in other Star Wars shows, but they take it to Maul, and he ends up like passed out in water for the majority of these two episodes. Clear sparks going, and he does not get electrocuted, which I think is his biggest accomplishment so far in life. Mission accomplished, indeed.
Mission accomplished. I can't find that image now, by the way. Like I tried to find a
Thank
clear
God.
it's gone. Yeah, like I don't know. I got no time for the power scaling thing. Like, oh, Maul beat this person beat this person. Um, I enjoyed the fights. Like everyone's like, oh, Ahsoka crushed the Birdman, which is what I'm gonna call him, and she did kill Mark as well. But like, she fought them one on one for one.
Yeah.
She didn't have a lightsaber in one of them, fine. But like, she fought Maul to a standstill at the end of season 7, and you know, she, unlike Maul, was in full health. Maul is, you know, he got half a leg. So I had no problem with the power scaling there. I don't get the complaints. Like that's not really what Star Wars is about. Different character can lose to the same character, or the same character can lose to the same character at different days of the week.
Yeah, Obi-Wan beats Vader, then loses to Vader. Yeah. The final prequel trilogy duel, and then the first original trilogy duel. Now everyone needs to go and update their, like, get Nate Silver in here to do the analytics on that, and we'll find out how people really relate to each other.
I thought you were gonna say sim for liberals.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the? So these are the two episodes that people who got screeners got to see up to. So wherever people gave their, we didn't see those screeners, so we could not spoil you. But no one has any idea what's happening next. No one has seen those episodes, as far as I know, at least.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
How are you feeling as we head into finale week?
I mean, I had a video on this. Like, I really enjoy the show. But to me, like the thing this feels the most to, and I think a lot of people will see this as a positive thing, is the Clone Wars season 7. Like, it's very much like that last arc of the Clone Wars season 7, which definitely is dark, you know, because it's during Order 66 and whatever else. But like, I wouldn't say it's like really more Andor like I saw some people paint it. But I'm enjoying it nonetheless.
Yeah. Any thoughts on where we're gonna go in the next two episodes? Any surprises we might have in store?
Surprises. No, I mean, like I just wondering what, like, is this season going to end with a surprise at all? Like, I don't think Darth Vader showing up is going to be a surprise. At this point, I have no idea which way Obadiah, whatever his name is, however that's going to go. All-State guy.
Master Daki.
Yeah. I don't think, and I don't think that Devin is going to go full Maul's apprentice at the end of this season, but maybe she will. I don't know, like, there's not a whole lot that would truly surprise me at this point, other than maybe the son dying.
Yeah, like I agree with you generally. I think the relationship. So Devin, I think, is really starting to come into her own as a character. But I think the relationship between her and Maul that we're seeing hasn't really changed too much over the course of the show. And if anything, she feels less inclined to follow him right now. I think like her master dying would be a way for that to change. But she already seems to understand that the choices Maul claims to offer really aren't choices. Like, he wants his way or the highway. And when she chooses the highway, he's like, no, it's my way. You got to do it, because then we can beat the Empire. And I'll tell you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend 20 years setting up a crime syndicate, and and then I'm gonna
Gonna be
die.
sick. Yeah.
So I just don't know that he has a lot to offer her right now, other than when they need to get off the planet.
Mhm.
So I I don't see us ending this season with her in any way like fully committed to him as an apprentice. And I don't know that she feels like he has a lot to offer right now. I think she's already decided what he has to offer is kind of hollow.
Yeah, like, part of the thing is that the master has kind of softened a bit, where
Yeah.
in the first 2 episodes, he's not only, like, passively just trying to survive, he's he's not only just trying to survive, he's, like, passively surviving where, like, they won't steal, they'll only take handouts, they certainly won't do anything that it helps anybody else, and now he's kind of following more what she desires. So
Yeah.
he is going to have to eventually die if she's going to fall in the Maul's hands, just because he's kind of more meeting her needs now.
Yeah, like there was the brief moment when so Riley gets captured by the Empire. Uh and so part of this duology of episodes is breaking him out. But Dockie's reaction initially is just like, "Oh well, we fucked up. Better get out of here. Sorry about your luck, Lawson." But Devin says, "No, actually, that's not how we're going to do this. We're going to help get him out." And he's like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah.
So he is at least coming around in that sense, but she is making more of these independent decisions than she was at the start of the series,
Hmm.
and there is going to be more at odds between what she seems to want to do and what we get from a lot of the Jedi who survive in this period. So, like, I think it's generally just understood or obvious that she is going to some way end up working for Maul,
Yeah.
but maybe that's just also jumping to a conclusion.
Yeah.
What if it
I mean,
just doesn't happen?
I can see it happen where she doesn't. I think it's more interesting where maybe like he might not even realize what he's creating. Where obviously like the big thing about these episodes is we learn a bit more about his backstory. And like I can see maybe some hardcore Maul fans not liking it because he definitely is shown to have a bit of a softer side. And I mean, we've talked about this before. Star Wars kind of has a tendency, if a villain's been around for long enough, Thrawn is the example we always talk about. They want to make a hero out of them. They're definitely not going that way with Darth Maul because like we know where his life ends and he's still fairly villainous at that point. Um, but it like he like a big part of his thing is he doesn't want Palpatine to he says himself to himself like he won't let Palpatine kind of do something you know take advantage of someone like he was taken advantage of. So it is kind of interesting the fact that he might inadvertently do the same thing to Devin because like he doesn't see himself as a Sith anymore. He uses the dark side, but like he's not like exclusively a dark sider. At least that's probably not how he sees himself. But like that's gonna end up coming through either way, I think.
Yeah, like he sees himself as working towards some greater good, that being Palpatine, but it's all like pure revenge for him.
Hmm.
And like there is it's a it's a humanizing element for him, or it's a story that humanizes him more, but it's not the same kind of thing as Thrawn where it
Hmm.
humanizes him by saying like, oh, he's not actually doing villainous
And by
things.
retroactively making his actions benevolent.
Yeah, like
Like
he's
that's the thing
not.
about Thrawn that's frustrating.
Yeah, like no one's seeing this with Maul, even getting his motivations and thinking, oh, you know what, he's actually doing the right thing, or he's working for the right purposes. We're seeing a guy who has been taken advantage of his whole life, abused his whole life, and he's in a rough place because of it, and he doesn't know how to cope because of it. And he's I don't know what he like. The story of Maul is ultimately not accomplishing anything, right? Like he doesn't get any of his goals. He's abandoned all the time by everyone. So is there a world where season 2 comes around and Devin just isn't there? Like, do
I hope
Devin,
not.
Docky, and Riley just go off into the sunset, and then next season's a whole new set of characters from Maul to interact with on like Janix 2?
Yeah, I guess I never thought about that. I could see that. I would be disappointed, and I think you would be too, because I
Hmm.
think people really like Devin at least. If the other characters want to move on, I personally would be okay with that. Like I like them, but I don't know, they're less compelling, and I think they fit less naturally into his story moving forward. Um, but yeah, I will say I was, it's kind of interesting to watch this show after having read Lockdown, where I was like, okay, I actually feel like this portrayal of him and him kind of finally breaking is pretty consistent with what we get in Lockdown, where he is still like more than anything like fully under Palpatine's hypnosis.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good companion book to this.
Yeah, we're also seeing like late 30s Maul versus late teens, early 20s Maul in lockdown. Like people change over that period. I'm not the same person I was when I was 18. I can
Way less
have
cool.
this conversation with you right now and I could even make eye contact with you sometimes. Not for
Not in
long.
person. I'm joking.
No, not in person. But I don't know. Like I don't think the season ends with Devin leaving, and like I do think that the most likely outcome is that she does decide Maul has something to offer, uh, and goes for whatever life he's working towards is like the only way to fight the Empire. And I do think the most likely way for that to come around is for Vader to kill, like for Vader to be the one who kills Master Daki. But
Hmm.
I at least put an outside chance on this being yet another instance of Maul getting abandoned by someone, and he fails at his task of trying to find this apprentice. And just I don't know what season 2 is about then though.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I hope it doesn't happen, but I guess I can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I, I mean, next episode we're gonna see Crimson Dawn as well, which should
Yep.
be neat.
Dryden Voss makes a phone call, so he's getting some of his crime lord seeking out is picking up some steam. Do you think that call will involve uh any any Kira?
No, I don't think the timeline works out yet.
She's too young.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Again, we don't know for sure, and maybe they've kind of been ambiguous like that on purpose, but I
It
think it's
can't be
still,
that late if Crow is still alive, right?
yeah.
Or is 11th brother? I don't know their
Whatever his
numbers
name is.
very
I
well.
think his name. I think isn't that like actually his name, Crow?
Hmm. That just makes me think of Ruby. I don't know if you
Of what?
Ruby, the Rooster Teeth animated thing. Their
Nothing.
their uncle was named Crow. I think he was played by Ryan, so probably not a character that they'd want to revisit either.
Hmm.
I think that was anyway. I forget. I forget most things about Ruby. So
Yeah, I mean, I like the Inquisitors this episode. It was nice to see that ship again. I guess was that ship first in Fallen Order, the Inquisitor dropship. It's not like a dropship, but like their shuttle thing.
maybe was it
It's the Scythe. I can't remember if it was first in Kenobi
it
or yeah, it was first in
it was
Kenobi. It wasn't in.
okay. Yeah, it
It
wasn't in Fallen
wasn't in.
Order.
Yeah, I could have swore it was. I guess in Fallen Order she mostly uses the pre-tie interceptor
Yeah.
before the tie interceptor was invented.
So I thought the fight was fun. I'm sure that the Zabrak are sad that there's now two of them instead of three.
Yeah.
But I think we need fewer saber staffs. All the
Yeah.
Inquisitors having saber staffs, fighting Maul with a saber staff. There's just so many blades going around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I kind of wish they
Um,
hadn't made it so that the saber staff was like the default standard issue for the Inquisitors that like they
yeah, I think it's
all
like
use
I'm
all
trying
the
to think if
time.
we see any Inquisitors that don't have one. I can't remember if the one from Fallen Order, if she has one.
Well, I think all their lightsabers can do that. I
Yeah.
don't know that Trilla ever uses it that way
Yeah, I can't
because
remember. It's been so long.
even in Rebels they'll use them as single blades more often. I think,
Yeah.
especially the Grand Inquisitor. I don't know that.
Yeah.
I think he uses single more often than not, but that's like more vibes based than like actual evidence based. So even
Yeah.
if they just did it that way a bit more often, that's fine. Or if they had
Mhm.
more of the ones that could like break into two and can be a staff, can be double, can be single, whatever. Just give us
Mhm.
more options for that because I feel like when you have a fight with three people and all three are using saber staffs, it's just too much, too much.
Yeah, and at some point, like one of them, like I can't. I don't think this has happened in this show yet, but it's happened a few times. Like I believe in Rebels, where he'll have a double, not Maul, but like character will have an Inquisitor staff in one hand and then a regular saber in both hands. So it's like they
Yeah,
got three blades going at once. I think we could use a new cool lightsaber design.
yeah, like the no one's ever gonna beat Grievous in that, or I guess Pong Krell almost does. Because you have
Yeah,
Pong
because
Krell
he's
with
that double.
double saber staffs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So that's a lot already. Is there ever gonna be anyone with four saber staffs?
I don't know. Maybe like some octopus Jedi. I mean, I'd like to see a light whip. I think it's time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we only got one shot of Vernestra before you got the Acolyte canceled, so
But I don't like. I didn't like that light whip. Like I don't
you
like it
want
looking like a flaccid lightsaber.
you prefer the like OG Lumaya like Cat of Nine
It's like
Tails
pieces of
style.
metal. It's like a bunch of mini lightsabers essentially
I don't like that one though.
chained
I
together.
prefer the
Oh,
Vernestra and Silry style. As established by Star Wars Empire at War.
I don't remember that.
Silry and the Zankins. Did you ever play like the story campaign in Force of
Only
Corruptions?
back when it like first released.
There's the Night
A brand
Sister
new.
that works for Tiber. You rescue
Mhm.
her from a cage on Dathomir. She has a light
I
whip.
remember that.
That's of
Isn't
the.
that the beginning of the game?
It's fairly close, not super beginning.
Okay,
But then she goes and steals the holocron, and she was going to get her own faction in Empire at War 2 if they'd been able to make
interesting.
another expansion. It was going to be 30
I mean,
ABY with
you did
still.
a video on that. You shouldn't give it all away.
I already did make a video on it.
That's what I mean. You did a video on it.
Did I guess I could re-upload it. People like it to
No, I'm
re-upload.
telling people should go watch that.
I'm telling you, they've already seen it. Everyone listening to TapCaf has watched all
I
of my
don't think
videos.
you were getting that many views back then.
This was like 2 years ago.
I thought it was last week.
This
Wasn't
was
that on the
this was
gaming
around
channel though?
the last Empire War patch because we got to talk to the story people and I got to ask them if they would let me use this information. Actually, I
Didn't
think
you
I
put it on the
originally knew
gaming
it and I
channel?
did it earlier, and then I made another one again 2 years ago. I've already
Right.
delved back into that well.
Um. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. I just think that fight between Lumaya and Luke is so cool. In the Marvel comics,
Yeah,
like I
I
like
mean
I like the
I
whip
don't.
having multiple, like a cat and nine tails.
Well, there's so Lumaya's she has like it's called a light whip, and there's like some lightsabery elements to it, but it is mostly like the metal strands, right? They're
It's
not
basically like
really.
chained. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't I'm fine with that as a concept for a weapon. It's just a whip, really. But I like for a light whip to have an actual light to the whip. Be
I
more.
didn't really. Part of it is maybe because the acolyte, in my opinion, makes the sabers look very light. Um, they just don't look prop. They don't look right. Like they look very fake. They look very like glow rod-ish.
Well, that's just kind of how live action Star Wars lightsabers
Not
look at the
always. I mean,
moment.
look at the original trilogy. They don't look like that.
No, now like with the
Oh yeah,
shows,
yeah, yeah.
that's
Yeah,
Ahsoka does the same thing.
it
But
does. There have been a
Katie's Corner
couple
said at a
projects that
certain
have gotten them
point
right.
how the Inquisitors handle blades is more aura farming than actual purpose. I don't disagree, but that's like 90% of all lights. Like the table stunt in Revenge of the Sith, where they're like twirling the blades, the classic aura farming. Most
I mean,
lightsaber dueling is aura farming.
if you watch the duel in the Phantom Menace, none of those blows are going to hit each other.
No, they're just aiming for the lightsabers.
Um, but yeah, like I think, like I don't like the way the light whip was portrayed. I didn't hate it. It ended up looking like a lightsaber that lost its erection, and it made me think of. Have you ever played Cursed Halo before?
No.
Well, it's a really funny Halo mod. Um, and there's like one of the best things is the D20 frag grenades. So
Yeah.
when you throw a frag grenade, there's like a million. It's way more than 20, but there's a bunch of really funny things that can happen. Like it can call an orbital strike, or it can flood the map. Anyways, it's good. But all the weapons also have their own thing. Like the the pistol is completely useless because it's turned around and it shoots you in the face every time you fire it. And I don't want to spoil this because I really think you should play it. Like it'd be a good live stream. But the sniper rifle is called the flaccid sniper rifle. So like when you look around, the barrel just like wobbles back and forth, and like you cannot hit anything. Um, yeah, it's an extremely well done mod. I highly
Does it
recommend.
work in multiplayer?
We could maybe do co-op for it.
Yeah, if
I don't
I'll
even do
play it if it's
competitive.
co-op and we redo those streams.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Trying to
But
think
yeah.
what else. There's some really like it's like actually very technically impressive. You know that you know that guy who died, the guy with the massive hog who's sitting on the edge of the bed?
What?
Forget his name. You don't know the name of that guy? Guy, massive hog, edge of bed. It's like a meme. Barry Wood. Look at, can you off so the chat can't see it? Google Barry Wood.
I can.
Okay, go ahead then.
Am I supposed to see the meme?
Yeah, well
Or
just see it on. You'll see it on.
Jesus Christ? Okay.
Anyway, one of the D20, one of the rare grenade effects is summoning a big placard of Barry Wood. But I'm pretty sure they've added like a content creator mode. So that's gone, and there's like another one where it would play share. It's just really funny.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Well, how does this tie back into Maul's story?
I think Maul and Barry would get along.
Well, we had a lot of Maul's story for these two episodes was like he had the fight with Devin. Devin runs away. The Imperials arrive because they're attracting them with their light show. Because he offers Devin like, oh, we're gonna work on this. He's like, nah, and he doesn't actually accept that answer. He keeps saying you can leave, and she keeps saying okay, bet, and then he's like, no, wait. So that seems to be most of his way to recruit people.
Yeah.
He fights the Inquisitors, and then Rookcast proves herself loyal, waits at the base. He manages to stumble his way back. We see some flashbacks how he was like lightninged by Sidious for not doing forms properly. Where I'm from, though, when like this is a Maul was just starting. You take those failures as either just them learning or Sidious, a reflection of the teacher.
Yeah.
So maybe he should be shocking himself.
That's right. Yeah. There's some conversation like I always assumed. I mean, I didn't watch. People were saying, "Oh my God, Maul and Savage knew each other when they're kids."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
You know who else knows each
I was
other?
like,
Me and my sister. What the fuck is...
am I missing something? So I went back and watched the Clone Wars when he finds Maul and he's yelling, "Brother, is that you, brother?" Like in the dank cave looking for him. So I don't know.
Yeah, like it's long been established that they are literal
Actual
biological brothers.
Yeah.
Not just like, hey, brother.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. So the age at which Sidious took Maul is slightly different from like the Darth Plagueis version where he's like literal baby.
Maybe.
But
But
we've
I also
known
don't think
this
he gets her
already.
from Mother Talzin in that. She gets her from just like a
No, it's
lady on the
Talzin
river.
in Plagueis.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought Plagueis came out before the Clone Wars.
It may have, but I don't. It's definitely. Was it like 2009 though? Actually, for I guess I think it's after.
Okay.
But
I thought it was just
Talzin's mentioned in it.
yeah. I don't. I the the Dathomiri witches do very little for me. Like very, very little. Like, okay, Maul was raised by Sidious, but like Talzin wasn't much better.
Okay, 2012 for Plagueis, not
Okay, so I
2009.
was wrong. Okay, I
So
was
yeah,
wrong.
it's late. It's late.
Yeah,
And
okay.
yeah, Talzin is mentioned by name in it.
Okay. Fuck me then, I guess.
Yeah,
Whatever.
do better.
Yeah. I won't, but
Okay. Well, as long as you know. We've talked about Devon's path through this episode. She's willing to steal the car to get her job done. So like uh she's willing to do what she's got to do. So
mhm.
that's nice
Yeah.
for her.
I liked that sequence. It was lots of fun.
I
Cool music.
I do think that the lat flyers, the lat pilots, spend way too much time aura farming.
Oh yeah.
Like hover menacingly in front of people that are trying to run away from you. This is not a good tactic. This is this has replaced the Maul shows up in a doorway thing for me. Luckily, they stopped doing that after episode 2, so I'm happy. But now the lats just kind of float in front of people.
Yeah, I mean, even when she gets in the lat, she's aura farming a bit.
Yeah, I know you got to
Um,
aim for stuff, but like they're not following. They're parking in front of the direction people want to go, but above them. So if they go under you, okay, lat looking this way, car coming this way, not
mhm.
firing. What you do is you come this way and follow. The way that
You learned that in
blockades
Niagara.
work, when the police set up a barricade, they're parked, they're
They
not
tried to stop
floating,
my
so you
mob for family
go
members.
under. Important stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. And I also think like if you're flying one of those Mandalorian gunships and you get smoked by an atmospheric lat,
Yeah.
like you deserved it.
Yeah, I thought that whole bit was hilarious. So the Imperials show up, Kedris I think is his name.
Hmm.
Decides, so the Mandalorian who is complaining about the Empire being involved before is like, we're getting away now. See ya, Lady Cast. And then he
Hmm.
just blows up immediately. I thought for some reason, I thought the whole framing of it just was one of the funniest things that has ever happened in a Star Wars show. It's like,
It
who
was
the
very,
fuck is this guy? What's his point in the
yeah. They
show?
really tried to make us care about the defecting Mandalorians.
Yeah,
I, I,
it's such
I
a
can take them or
side
leave
note.
them. Yeah.
And now he's dead. Rest in
That
peace.
that whole episode, like that whole sequence, was very Clone Wars like. The other
Yeah.
thing was like the Clone Wars has never made a compelling okay, with the exception of maybe like the second Battle of Geonosis, and like what is it called, Rescue at Point Rain or whatever. That show cannot make a compelling gunfight. Like they're on the bridge, no one's in cover, they're standing. I said this before. My son is fucking obsessed with Darth Maul to the point where like we drive somewhere in the car and he starts yelling Darth Maul on radio. Like he wants me to play Darth Maul on the speakers, like just a video of whatever. So I've watched like every clip from Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and it is we've come pretty far in a lot of aspects. But I was watching that episode where Maul and Savage take on Obi-Wan and I forget who the other Jedi is, and it's well there's a raid on the pirate base going on, and it's literally just like people walking in single file shooting at each other, and like they just do not put effort into the ground battles because there's not like some technical limitation that causes Dave Filoni to put all of the people in the middle of the bridge doing nothing. Yeah, it was Adigalia, Jaina. Um, and it's like it's the same thing. Like, and that has moved to live action too because it kind of works in animation because there's something a little inherently silly about Clone Wars and associated animation. But then we get the same thing in Ahsoka, the final episode. And you're like, okay, this is dog shit.
Well, it's kind of the same thing the stormtroopers are doing on the Death Star, right? Where just people running back and forth, and then people will fire, and then they'll hit stuff or not, depending on whether they're supposed to win or not. And no one ever bothers with cover. So it's just staying true to Star Wars roots.
I suppose. Chat, when you get a chance after this, go watch Eddie Gallia and Obi-Wan versus Maul and Savage, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like it. I know it. I know this is getting into like things that if you take them as genuine comments can be seen as just being nitpicky rather than just things that we think are kind of funny. But like Lawson, almost everything he does seems to just be like setting up for his quip more than actually trying to accomplish
Yeah.
anything. Like, why is he shooting out of the car? He starts his sentence about we can't outrun that being the lat like long before it shows up. So I think he's in cahoots with the Empire. Like he called that lad in if it's gonna have that kind of comedic timing.
Yeah. It was just too funny.
Poor guy. Do you think he lives?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so if you're putting any money on a death, it's just gonna be Master Daki.
Yeah. I don't even think he's gonna die. I don't. Maybe in episode 8, I guess,
Yeah.
and then maybe we'll see her let her go off with Maul. What about you?
I think we lose Riley. I think we lose a Daki or not Riley. Sorry,
Really, Riley?
if they kill Riley, that'd be I would be
Yeah.
surprised. I Sergeant Lawson. I think the dad
Okay.
is gonna die.
Two Boots might go. Little fascist droid. He deserves it.
I think him and Riley go live on some other planet.
Bootlopia.
Yep. The Wikipedia page for it says he gets new like proper issue boots. Like, does
No,
he?
he
He
doesn't.
just those are just droid feet.
He's a robot.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
not
that's
supposed
like
to wear
also
boots.
Darth Maul. Darth Maul probably has an instant kinship with him because he
Yeah,
also unnecessarily wears boots.
yeah. Well, with Maul, it makes sense because like you want to look like
Liquor,
they're real legs, but two boots doesn't need to.
I suppose. I just think like Maul's gone soft. He used to be just an angry spider. Now he's like, oh, my legs are short circuiting, bro. Angry spider.
That's such
He
a
used to
that's
have
such an
so many legs.
yeah. Now he's down to two, like a loser.
Yeah,
The average, the average legs lost per apprentice of Sidious is actually just a wild stat.
that's true.
Maul has
Well, I guess
lost
let's go through it.
what 10 now?
Who?
Maul has lost 10 legs.
Well, no. I mean, he gives up his spider legs.
But still, he when Sauvage shows up to get him, he is not going willingly without his spider legs.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Okay.
convinced out of them, sort of, but like I'm counting those as legs lost.
Okay.
Way it goes.
Anakin loses 2.
Anakin loses two. Dooku keeps his.
Wait, does Anakin? I forget. Anakin loses 1 twice, right?
No, he loses a hand twice.
Doesn't
Or
he
no,
lose
he
a
doesn't
leg
lose a
in
hand
Attack of
twice.
the Clones? Or no, he just loses his arm.
Yeah, he so the
Yeah,
arm that he still has in Revenge of the Sith, he's crawling up
yeah. It's a
with his
robot arm.
already
Yeah.
robot hand that Obi-Wan
Okay.
graciously allowed him to keep.
I'm sure at some point in the canon, Darth Vader loses a leg.
But I can't confirm that right now. So I'm willing to just put it at 12. 12 out of 6 original legs.
Well, I'm just trying to think of other. Dooku doesn't lose any legs that I can think of.
Dylan is saying it. So I'm willing to listen to Dylan over you.
Vader comics have Vader loses legs again. Well, here she goes.
Like Maul doesn't lose any arms, but Anakin uh loses I guess what? 3 cuz he gets his hand chopped off again by Luke. So I'm going to count that.
Sure.
And Dooku loses his hands. So Maul's the only one with intact hands. Dooku loses his head.
Lumaya, doesn't Lumaya lose something when she?
She loses most of her body when Luke blows her
Yeah.
up. She's like 90% cyborg. It's
Um,
not a good time for Sidious's
no,
apprentices.
no,
He does not teach them to value their limbs.
he
He
does not.
doesn't lose any limbs. He just gets shot, exploded twice.
Whole body.
Yeah. But I'm not like if he's disintegrating at that moment, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
If Anakin had cut off Dooku's hands after cutting off his head, I wouldn't even count that.
No,
Because that's just
that's just for fun.
disrespectful.
That's for love of the game at that point.
Yeah. The man just loves loose limbs. I guess we're pouring one out for Rena Sewell. The Asari has been removed from Star Wars once again.
People said she survived.
Oh, did she survive? No, she survived the original thing and then died in the explosion she caused.
No, people said she
Right?
jumped behind a barrier.
Oh, did she? For fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
We're not pouring one out for her.
I haven't
I
confirmed
must have
yet,
missed
though.
that.
Yeah. Can't confirm. I cannot confirm this. Maybe
Okay.
chat probably knows. Yeah, I don't count the
The zoo was
Inquisitors
bothering
as
me around that time, so I might have missed some shots.
yeah. I don't count the Inquisitors as Sidious's apprentices because he doesn't really train them. He just kind of uses them.
Yeah, they're just like vaguely under him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, well she's not listed as dead, so
See.
she is a real one though. Like she's acting sketchy enough on the phone that everyone knows what's up. Then she
Mm-hmm.
kills a bunch of Imperials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she clutches a 12v1.
Sends them back to their spawn point. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
appreciation for that.
Back to Star Wars Fortnite you go.
Yeah. Speaking of Star Wars Fortnite, anything else we want to talk about in Maul Shadowlord before a little brief gaming
Not really.
discussion?
Good couple episodes. I'm excited for the finale.
Yeah.
They said it's possible, or he said they're already working. He being Sam Witwer, they're already working on season 2. So
Very cool. Hopefully next year, but probably 2 years from now.
probably May the
But
4th is just a few days away though. So
yeah, we might get some other announcements, but we did today get the announcement that Star Wars Galactic Racer is going to be releasing October 6th, which is
game looks
fun.
good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big X2 game for us. We'll have
Mm-hmm.
some racing that doesn't involve Mario or any other plumbers. So that'll be a new thing for us.
Fucking
But
class straighter, Corey.
wow, I can't believe I've done this. But we've also got a lot of Star Wars content launching on Fortnite tomorrow. Some game modes
Mm-hmm.
that seem kind of interesting. Like there's the Escape Vader stuff. We won't be playing that this week on X2. We would be if it was out right now, but it
Yeah.
releases in like 4 hours at best. So we'll be doing that next week, I assume. Maybe I might do some on my own in the meantime, but it'll be a fun gaming time this year. We've got Zero Company coming out. We have the release date for Galactic Racer already. There's this Fortnite crap.
It's October, right? I think.
Yeah, for Racer.
Yeah.
Yeah, October 6th.
Yeah. And it's not quite a budget game, but it's 59 American, so I think it's like $10 below.
Yeah, it's like double A price now, which is
Crazy.
still a lot, but
yeah, it looks good. Looks good.
yeah. So I'm excited. Anything else you want to say to the nice people out there, Justin?
No, thank you for watching, and orc you later.
All right. Next Thursday, we're going to be talking about the finale of Maul Shadowlord. Thursday after that will be, along with any other Star Wars Day announcements, I'm sure. Something's probably getting announced on Monday. But the week after that, we're doing Shadows of Mindor.
What do you think? We're going to get an Ahsoka trailer? Supposed to be coming out this year.
I think so. No, they've taken off the announcements of the release dates.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, they used to say it was coming this
year,
year, and then now I think anything official has stopped saying a release date. So I don't have high hopes.
I do think it'll come out this year, though.
I
think it's going to come out in
like
December.
that.
That's my prediction.
But hey, that's a fun theory to have.
What other trailers could we get? I'm just trying to think. Starfighter, I guess, possible.
I don't think
I
don't know. I don't think we'll. Maybe another like teaser.
Yeah.
But
yeah, not a trailer, like a little 30-second whatever.
Yeah. I'm hoping we'll get something about one of the games, like KOTOR remake
or Jedi 3.
Yeah, But the KOTOR remake, I think, has been in like the new iteration of it has been in development for about 3 years. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you've looked at anything that 100% Star Wars has said about it. Like, I guess he got his
Following it a
hands
bit.
on the original version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Following it a bit. Yep.
yeah, but yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you all for listening. We're gonna be live on X2 in a couple minutes doing God knows what. I don't.
I think Minecraft maybe.
Okay, well, we'll see some of you there. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.